This evening, Guyana's One Card project to revolutionize how you do transactions in the future. CANU arrests suspect with over $600,000 worth of cannabis in lodge. GRPA and Ministry of Health join forces for new HIV care and treatment services. In the region, El Salvador's president defends 40,000 inmate mega prison. And internationally, U.S.-China hearing, committee chair warns of existential struggle. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, Guyana is set to introduce a new project that aims to consolidate all transactions into one electronic card dubbed the One Card. The electronic system will link all transactions into a single platform, including banking, social benefits, identification, licensing, and taxes. The new system is expected to significantly transform the country, bringing efficiency, reducing business costs, improving transparency and accountability, and advancing a modern government architecture. The single information device will lead to more efficient use of resources and ultimately result in improved service delivery, making the process of accessing service simpler and reducing bureaucracy. President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali said the One Card is a significant milestone in the country's drive towards modernization. The innovative approach to data management will set a benchmark for other countries to follow. He noted that the concept, which has been successfully implemented in India and the United Arab Emirates, will soon be introduced through partnerships with international companies. The healthcare sector is also upgrading with the development of patient management information systems, creating a global patient management platform, allowing all health information to be stored on the One Card. The government is also working on developing the first mental health management platform for the region, providing a data-driven electronic platform that can identify hotspots. Additionally, talks are underway with top-notch technology companies to help reduce the cost of delivering medical supplies to rural areas. Also making the headlines, officers of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit intercepted a motor car bearing registration plate PZZ 2006 with a male occupant in the vicinity of Hill Street between Durban and Northern Street Lodge on Monday, February 27. A subsequent search of the vehicle, driven by 31-year-old Peter Gordon of Fellowship Maikoni, East Coast Demerara, revealed two brick-like parcels suspected to be cannabis. Gordon was arrested and escorted to the CANU's headquarters along with the suspected narcotics, which tested positive for cannabis and weighed approximately 5 pounds, with a street value of over $600,000. The suspect is expected to face charges related to possession and trafficking of narcotics as investigations are ongoing. On a different note, tragedy struck on Tuesday night in Upper Curntine, Berbice, as two individuals lost their lives in a fatal accident. 30-year-old motorcyclist Devendra Lakraj and Ronnie Prasad, his pillion rider, were pronounced dead after colliding with a motor car on their number 79 public road in Corriverton. The accident occurred around 10:25 p.m. when Lakraj crashed into the front of the motor car, which was heading south on the eastern lane of the road. The driver of the car, a resident of number 77 housing scheme, was accompanied by a female passenger, 39-year-old Mary DeVere of Crabwood Creek, seated in the front passenger seat. Following the collision, both Lakraj and Prasad were flung from the motorcycle and sustained multiple injuries on their head and bodies. The driver of the car and the passenger also received injuries and were transported to the Skeldon Hospital for treatment. Unfortunately, Lakraj and Prasad were pronounced dead on arrival. DeVere was later transferred to the New Amsterdam Public Hospital, where she was admitted to the Accident and Emergency Unit to be treated for head injuries. According to the reports, the motorcyclist and pillion rider were not wearing helmets at the time of the accident. The motorcar driver is now in police custody as investigations into the accident continues. Stick around when we return. Woman charged with manslaughter released on bail for fatally stabbing reputed husband in domestic dispute, and government launches dialysis treatment initiative to provide financial assistance to kidney failure patients.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Give your home or office some shine. Fortune Investment Company. We provide reliable commercial and residential professional cleaning services in Guyana. We clean homes and commercial offices. Other services offered are floor care and tile polishing, interior auto detailing services, power washing, weeding and cleaning, and carpet, couch, and mattress cleaning. We are committed to keeping your homes and offices squeaky clean. Call us now at 592-689-7558 or 592-639-6365 or visit us at 3430 Jackson North Rumville, Georgetown, Guyana. Fortune Investment Company. When we say clean, we mean spotless.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
Welcome back. 30-year-old Aquila Abrahams was released on bail for a charge of manslaughter when she appeared at the Cove and John Magistrates Court on Tuesday, February 28th. Abrahams was released on $500,000 bail when she appeared before Magistrate Fabio Azor on a charge of manslaughter for the stabbing and killing of her reputed husband Michael Wilson in October 2022. Abrahams had initially been charged with murder, but the prosecutor withdrew the charge and instituted the lesser count of manslaughter. According to the police, the couple often had domestic disputes over allegations of infidelity levied against the woman by her reputed husband. This, according to the police, had previously led to physical and verbal abuse against the woman. During one of their arguments, investigators said that Abrahams told the man that she was ending her relationship and would be moving back with her parents. However, the couple had another argument on the day in question, and as the woman was packing her belongings to move out of the house, the man allegedly armed himself with a knife and assaulted Abrahams, causing her to receive injuries to her forearm. The woman eventually succeeded in disarming Wilson and reportedly dealt him 2 stabs to his abdomen. Emergency medical technicians were summoned and the man was taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where he died while receiving medical treatment. In other news, the government of Guyana has rolled out its dialysis treatment initiative for the year 2023, providing financial assistance to patients suffering from kidney failure who require dialysis. 84 hemodialysis patients have already received checks worth $600,000 each to subsidize their treatment expenses, with 15 of these being new patients. The initiative, geared towards supporting those in need of medical treatment, has been allocated $863 million in 2023 budget. The first payout exercise of more than $50 million commenced on Tuesday at the Ministry of Health in Brickdam. The Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, has indicated that more persons are expected to benefit during this year. Through close collaboration with private sector agencies, dialysis services have been expanded to regions 2, 3, 4, and 10, compared to previous years where patients requiring dialysis had to travel to the city for treatment. Patients who require dialysis support can contact the Ministry's Medical Treatment Department on 225-0113 for more information on how to receive financial assistance. Keeping on the topic of health, the Guyana Responsible Parenthood Association recently launched its new HIV care and treatment services in collaboration with the Ministry of Health National AIDS Program Secretariat. The move is a significant milestone in the fight against HIV/AIDS in Guyana. It would help support the World Health Organization's Sustainability Development Goal to eliminate HIV/AIDS epidemic by 2030. The GRPA joins a host of other healthcare entities across Guyana to become an HIV care and treatment site. The new service would be accessible to persons newly diagnosed and ready to commence treatment, as well as those who have been diagnosed and would like to join their private and family-oriented clinic. For more information, you can call 227-4743 or 225-0731. Don't go away after the break. Turkey earthquake, prosecutors investigating local governments, and U.S.-China hearing. Committee chair warns of existential struggles.
Celebrity Pure Vegan Cuisine and Bar. We say vegan, we speak about 100% vegan. No dairy products, no MSG. From the cheese, the butter, the milk, everything we use here, it's vegan. Our breakfast, some of the special we have for breakfast: porridge, fried plantains, we have boil and fried katahar, boil and fried cassavas. We have soup of the day, which you all know. The main thing in that soup is the dry mushrooms as well as the bean curry. Young okras is a must with full ground food, split peas and everything up in that. Coconut milk is the main thing. Then we have the lunchtime. Some of the main dishes the people already is hitting on: the split peas cocoa rice, basmati and quinoa mix. A lot of people don't know what's that, but you come down here, you get it. It's a replacement of rice and a great substitute in the vegan business. Then we have dal, corn, okra and carrots, edo leaves, chanchi down in coconut milk. There's so many side dishes, but one of the special things is the chicken that we make right here. We make sweet and sour chicken, strip chicken, jerk chicken. All of that is in-house, made right in here from scratch. In the evening, you know everything is up. We also carry a large variety of organic and natural products. Some of the products that we have here is the hemp. The hemp, that one is a very important product for the body. Proteins and everything to the max. We have the Corellia. This also is very good for the body. We have the Spirulina. Spirulina is very good for everyone, but men benefit a lot from that. After the Spirulina, we have the Maca powder. These are all organic and natural powders for the body, especially when you're getting up there in age. You use these things as supplements. Black seed oil. On the internet, it said the only thing the black seed oil don't cure is death. And there are many more products that we have there, full variety. We have the natural juices we also make. We have from like the sorrel juice, the pineapple juice, mabi, ginger beer. All these things make from the bark or the natural powder. We do not use concentrate in this cuisine at all. Everything we do it natural. Also at the Celebrity Pure Vegan Cuisine, we have a well-stocked bar. Some people choose to have a drink when they finish eating. We need to make sure that they're comfortable, they're happy when they're leaving this place. So we do our best to provide the services that we think is required. Remember, this place are fully AC, and we cater for weddings, all occasions, birthday parties, anniversaries. So we set the place so that everyone can come, feel right, and understand what's happening. Come right down to the Pure Vegan Cuisine and Bar, 198 Camp Street again, and you will find everything you need to live to be healthy.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele has defended a newly unveiled mega prison. It is built to house thousands of alleged gang members, Al Jazeera's Alan Fisher reports.
It's the biggest prison in the Americas and will be home to 40,000 inmates, including some of the most violent people on the continent. President Nayib Bukele was given a special tour of the jail at Tekolua, built in just 7 months. He was shown the 7 security rings, from the watchtowers and electric fences to the solid steel isolation cells.
It's important to remember that the people that will be held here, the terrorists who will be here, are the highest-ranking members of the gangs, the historic leaders.
El Salvador has a gang problem. In March last year, the government declared a state of emergency to fight it. Previous efforts to break the gangs in El Salvador's overcrowded jails haven't worked. Even with 24-hour lockdowns, stripping and humiliating inmates, even putting rival gangs into overcrowded cells together, they were still able to run their operations on the outside and smuggle in phones, computers, guns, even prostitutes. Then last year, police and army arrested more than 62,000 suspected gang members and those that work with them. But the crackdown has led human rights organisations to complain innocent people are being scooped up, civil rights are being ignored. But ordinary people, tired of gang violence, say they're happy with the changes it's bringing.
I like them because at least now we feel safe. Before we always thought something could happen to us. Before we trusted no one. Now we feel safer.
With 60,000 people already in jail, El Salvador has 2% of its adult population behind bars, the highest incarceration rate in the world. The prison will start accepting new inmates in the coming days. They will be guarded by around 600 troops and 250 police officers. It will, say the authorities, be impossible to escape. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera.
Internationally, Turkish local governments are among institutions being investigated for possible wrongdoings related to earthquakes in February. Municipalities could be forced to compensate victims for losses of lives and property. Al Jazeera's Siniem Kusoglou reports.
These trucks return again and again to dump the wreckage of thousands of buildings that collapsed after devastating earthquakes hit southern Turkey over 3 weeks ago. In the rubble lie irreplaceable memories and possibly the life savings of people who lost their lives. Many Turkish people keep cash and gold at home because they don't trust banks. Talia is a lawyer from Hatay, one of the worst hit cities. Now she's in the capital Ankara with her counterparts chasing justice after losing her grandmother and aunt.
We are preparing a lawsuit against the Ministry of Environment and Urbanization as well as municipalities. Because the buildings were so old, we've already begun preparing to file a material and moral compensation claims with the judiciary.
Investigations into the tens of thousands lives lost and almost 200,000 buildings damaged or destroyed have been launched. But the people who've been affected want compensation and reserve the right to sue, not only contractors, but also inspectors and public officials. But the legal system flows slowly in Turkey, and the number of the cases are massive.
The parliament may instead work on a mediation solution that would save time, meet minds and compensate losses without spending years at the courts. Citizens must definitely have legal representation during the settlement. Citizens' participation in the judiciary is crucial.
Given the size of the damage caused by the powerful earthquakes and the huge death toll, many here believe the court cases could take years. The government acknowledges that some of its laws and legal procedures may need to be changed or updated to reflect the reality on the ground. Sinem Kösoğlu, Al Jazeera, Ankara.
And finally, US politicians have been debating a bill that would give the president authority to ban apps, including TikTok, while another US congressional committee held hearings on what it calls the Chinese Communist Party's threat to the United States. Al Jazeera's Heidi Zukastro reports.
1989. China is at the top of the agenda of the U.S. Congress. That was the message delivered during a primetime hearing featuring a highly produced video showing what the U.S. says is China's history of human rights violations. Innocent citizens were killed. This was the inaugural sitting of the newly formed House Select Committee on China.
We may call this a strategic competition, but it's not a polite tennis match. This is an existential struggle over what life will look like in the 21st century. And the most fundamental freedoms are at stake.
The panel was created soon after Republicans took control of the House in January. The committee's top Democrat made clear his party was also fully on board.
The goal of the CCP has become clear: to displace U.S. and other competitors, especially in tomorrow's strategic industries. As Chairman Xi himself recently said, quote, "The East is rising while the West is declining."
A series of recent disputes between the U.S. and China have grown in intensity, straining relations between the world's two biggest economies. Now U.S. lawmakers are taking aim at TikTok, the Chinese-owned social media platform used by 100 million Americans. The House Foreign Affairs Committee is considering a measure that would grant the White House powers to ban TikTok from the U.S.
TikTok is a modern-day Trojan horse of the CCP, used to surveil and exploit Americans' personal information.
On Monday, the White House ordered TikTok be removed from all U.S. federal government devices, despite TikTok's assurances that all U.S. users' data is stored within the United States. A Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson said Tuesday the U.S. is targeting TikTok due to its popularity in the American marketplace. And in another separate but parallel action, the House Financial Services Committee on Tuesday advanced no fewer than 7 bills, either opposing China or supporting Taiwan. This recent spate of anti-China actions from Washington comes at a time of escalating tensions that now are even less likely to ease. Heidi Jo Castro, Al Jazeera, Washington.
This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day forecast. This concludes today's headline news update. Tune in tomorrow, Thursday at 7 p.m. with our next broadcast. For more news and updates, you can visit our Facebook and YouTube pages. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.